We're doing another test sheet analysis here. You wouldn't believe why this young gentleman failed his driving test. So he's doing pretty well, and he's passed all the sections other than flow, but one particular thing sealed his fate. So basically he was doing okay, and it was roughly around 5 minutes before the end of the driving assessment. He would have possibly, subconsciously thought that, he was doing well up until that point in time. And he's probably, got carried away a little bit by thinking, that, he had nailed it by that point in time. And obviously, a bit premature, time to celebrate because he was still driving. So, I'd like everyone to remember, do not analyse your test results before you turn the engine off. A lot of times people fail by thinking that they've actually completed it successfully, and as a result, obviously they don't intercept a particular thing that can potentially fail them immediately. So in this instance, this young bloke that was in Cannington, he had one of the most reasonable assessors in Perth, and he's actually stopped on Keep Clear. It was a railway crossing, so he's basically committed too far without understanding that the car that was right in front of him would potentially stop if the light changes to red and the boom gate goes down. So he's committed a little bit too far, and he was actually inside of the Keep Clear zone. And when he realised that, he's in that zone, other cars have closed the gap behind him. It was 5 minutes before the end of the test. It was down on Hamilton Street railway crossing before they modified that intersection. He stopped in the middle of the Keep Clear zone and for that reason failed. He did realise what it was, but it was too late to reverse or even to deviate and turn left into the street that was pretty much right on the left-hand side there. So just make sure when you're going for your test that don't make any analysis prematurely. Whatever it feels like, it's still not finished until you've switched the engine off and stepped out of the car and had a chat with the assessor. So the final result was that the assessment was failed due to candidate disobeys a regulatory sign or marking, stops on Keep Clear. So it's very difficult to expect somebody to pass if they did something like this. It's very much the same if somebody overshot stop line, or if they stopped too early and then pretty much rolled over the line. We recently had a client who did that a couple of times in the row, so he would have stopped about 2.5-3 meters from the stop line, thinking that was sufficient. And then as he was crossing, there was no risk, but still, he basically rolled through the white solid line. That simple thing can fail your driving assessment if you're not careful enough. So once again, do not make any analysis before your test is finished. Basically, when you switched off the engine in the car park and when you stepped out of the vehicle, that's when you can, if you want to, start analysing things. So we hope that this type of thing will not happen to you. Keep your composure until the very end of the test. So whichever test centre you go for your driving assessment, please have plenty of practice in the area and be familiar with the traffic and all the intersections and any sort of unusual places where you need to make sure that you don't make this type of mistake. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.